I have a baby monitor here, and you can hear an echo because I've got the baby monitor set up about 10 feet away from me, so that is kind of annoying. But I wanted to show you how well it did work. Where I'm having some issues is I can't seem to get this to come in color, which is no big deal. It is a nice little unit. It works on electric, or you can unplug it, and you can see that there is a battery up here, so it does hold a charge, so you can unplug it if you want to take it into another room with you. It has a stand on the back so that you can prop it, and the picture actually is very clear. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to shut the light off. And you can see that it did adjust very well, but it does take a second to adjust and for the video to catch up then. So you can go into the menu here and use the arrows to go through, and you can set up, or this is where you would turn off the low battery alarm and choose if you have, it's going to notify you when there is no connection. In here you can set up the brightness of the screen. You can set up the lullabies here, like to play all. But I really don't want that playing in my area. So I guess you would use this when you're not actually trying to sleep yourself. Go out of the menu really quick. And then this option here, for the voice sensor, this shuts the screen off, and the screen will only turn on when you say something, and then it will activate the screen. And then this checks the temperature in the room. There's a little probe on the back. I've included pictures of that. In here, you can choose whether to have a night light. You can choose the language. There are 10 different languages, and then exit. Everything up at the top then tells you what's what you chose. You can go in here then, and this is a bottle feeding monitor. I guess you can't see it too well here. I'll move this back just a little here. This up here, you can set an alarm if you've got your baby on timed feedings, and then you can switch up to 4 hours and it will alert you. And then the second one over here takes the temperature. I have not figured out how to change it out of Celsius into Fahrenheit yet, and you can set a maximum and a minimum, so it will alert you if the temperature changes in the baby's room. And then this over here shows that we're on monitor number 1, but you can set up 4 different monitors and switch between them, so if you want to put them in different rooms. And then here is a microphone, so if you wanted to talk to the baby, if the baby's restless, you know, and you just want to say hi, calm it down or whatever, you can adjust that. And the volume also, and shut it off. I guess that's probably where you would shut the lullabies off at this end also. The instructions touch on what each thing is, but don't go into a lot of detail how to use them. So I'm just kind of learning this as I go along. I did purchase this for my son and his wife, who are having a baby next week. And I'm going down there on Wednesday. The baby will be here on Friday, and they do not have a baby monitor, so I'm taking this down for them, and I wanted to have an idea on how it works so I could set it up for them down there before the baby gets home. Obviously, I've got some learning to do, and I am going to probably do a little more learning on it. I've got the basics down. The main thing is to be able to listen for the baby crying and be able to watch the baby. And it's a good clear picture, even in the dark. I do wish that I could get it to come more in color, but they said it does default to infrared, which is great. You know, at least in the dark I'm getting a good clear picture. But it said that if you want it in, if it's only showing up in infrared, you don't have a bright enough light on. I'm going to go turn the overhead light on again, which is bright, and see if it does switch to color. Now you can see that it really didn't change anything. So and it is a bright overhead light. So I'm not sure how to get it to actually switch and stay in color. But you can see here where the video is actually paused, and it does that because it has noticed a change, and the video is trying to adjust to it. And what it noticed was I had turned on an overhead light, but it still didn't switch to color. But that's okay. The main thing is obviously having a good picture, and it does at that.